Ray's Sports and Slams is a Boink Studios production. And now, on with the show.
Good evening. What's up? What's up? It is Monday evening. It's time for another edition of Ray's Sports and Slams. I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. I appreciate the love and the support. But like always, please like, share, subscribe, boinkstudios.com. Follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and all social media threads. I appreciate all the love. I appreciate all the support. Please, like I said, like, share, and subscribe. Back in the studio, my partner in crime, one and only, Mack Garvin. What's up, brother?
What up, what up, what up, America? It's your boy, Mac. We in the building today. I'm hyped for today, y'all.
Are you hyped, bro? Are you ready?
Yes,
We have a
sir.
lot to talk about. Crazy week. Lots to talk about, dude. Big shout out to Fernando, who's in the house. What's up, Fernando? Thank you for watching. I appreciate you.
What up, Nando?
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. All right, we're going to get into the first topic of the day, and it's a big one. Shedeur Sanders made his NFL debut and won 24-10 over the Raiders. Shedeur had decent stats. I believe he was 11 for 20. I think maybe 200 yards, one pick, one touchdown.
Yep.
I will kick this off first. Here are my thoughts on Shedeur and his win and the whole spiel. It's a lot of pressure playing under, obviously, primetime Deion Sanders. I feel it's tough to go in there knowing that your father is a Hall of Famer and probably the greatest corner to ever play the game. So there's already a lot of stigma behind him already that he must be great because of your father.
Yeah.
I think he put up decent numbers. Now, people are going to say, well, no, it's the Raiders. You beat nobody, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, at the end of the day, it's an NFL team, and he still looked good. I think he composed himself. He played well. You know, did he beat a world beater? No, but a win is still a win, and he still beat an NFL team. He didn't play a Pop Warner team, you know. He's going to start next week. I guess, obviously, stiffer competition, but at the end of the day, he got the W. He didn't cause the team to lose. He didn't do anything drastic to make the team lose. So you can't say, you know, he had 3 picks. He turned the ball over 4 or 5 times. He, you know, made bad reads. So if I had to grade him, I would give him a solid B. I think he did okay, and it deserves to keep his job. And, you know, let's see what goes from there. But you know what, Shedeur, do your thing. I feel he's got a lot of pressure, again, because of his father. But he showed a lot of poise. He showed a lot of heart. And I'm going to show him some love. So, Mr. Garvin, let's go. What you got?
Yeah. Shout out to him. It's one of these things where when he got drafted, the whole first should be a top 5, second, third, fourth, fifth round, finally got picked. He got picked, period. And a W is a W. No matter how you call it, a loss is a loss. Now, I know, America, just so y'all know, I must have sent Brother Ray here at least 4 or 5 clips, and I said to him, we are going to talk about this guy, bruh. Okay? And he's like, I got you. All right, so yes, 100%. Does he deserve to be the starter? Dylan Gabriel's no better than him because they both got drafted. Now, here's what, America, y'all need to know. Every NFL team's quarterbacks, if you're the starter and you have a backup, during the course of a week of an NFL practice series with quarterbacks, the starting quarterback gets 90% of the team reps. Their backup will at least get 1 to 2, if not 3 first team reps just in case. Even the great Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love was his backup. He got first team practice reps. Now, did that happen with Cleveland? No. Which is unfortunate because you threw him in the game the week before in the fourth quarter. Hey, you've been practicing with second and third string the whole time your career for the last 11 games. Yeah, we need you to come in and do some amazing magic. Let's see what you got. That is 100% a Stefanski problem. Why on God's green would you not prepare him just in case Dylan Gabriel got hurt? He got hurt. Concussion, he goes out of the game. You could see the visible confusion and distrust with Shedeur on the sideline, like complete confusion, like what just happened? Because he wasn't prepared. They didn't let him be prepared. And so, of course, this past week we saw when you practice all the number one starters, oh, you're my number one wide receiver. Your name is Andrew. Oh, that's great to know. I've never met you before because I've never thrown to you before. So, of course, he gets in the game this whole past week and they win the game. Throws a 52-yarder. Helps him win the game. The young man throws at least over 26 yards, at least over 4 26-yard passes for this past game, where Dylan Gabriel has only thrown 1 in 7 starts with him as a starter, 1 game of 26 yards or more, once. So you tell me who deserves to be the starter. And yes, the coach made a decision. We're going to start Shedeur. Duh. Why not?
I agree. I can't argue with anything you're saying. I feel like also you got to remember, like you said, he hasn't played with the first team. He's got to learn their cadence. He's got to learn their rhythm. So it's hard, for him to go in there and get an A. I think it's virtually impossible because he's got no reps with these people. So he's not going to know when this guy cuts. This guy likes over the shoulder. He likes it to his left. He likes the ball to his right.
Exactly.
He doesn't know any of that stuff. So it's hard. Yeah. It's very hard. So, I'm giving him a B. And I think it would have been impossible for him to get an A because, dude, like at the end of the day, he hasn't had those reps, like you said. I don't know why. Again, I think people just think like, oh, well, it's in your blood. You should just naturally have this ability. I think it's nuts. It's like, dude, he plays a completely different position than his father. I'm like, why do you think all of a sudden he should be like, the next coming of Tom Brady? I'm like, dude, give this guy a chance.
Yeah, you're right, man. Like, you got to say to yourself, like, okay, was Deion Sanders ever quarterback? Oh, okay, just because you've got talent.
Not that I checked.
Like sports ability, yeah. Like Michael Jordan's sons, they didn't have it.
They didn't.
Their direct seed lineage, like those two young men had a very grave disadvantage of coming as soon as they decide to touch a basketball. But they did not. First of all, they didn't have the height. I think one was like 6'3" maybe, and then the other was like 5'11", 5'12". Like they didn't have the height, and on the same token, did not have the God-gift ability that he had. It did not genetically transfer to his sons. And you're right, Shedeur Sanders unfortunately had the spotlight. Now, the difference with Deion, he's won everywhere he went. He's in the Hall of Fame. And you're right, the expectation with any pro athlete's kids is they just will assume they have to be great, but unfortunately that does not always be the case. So you're right. I'll give him a B as well. There's no way he can get an A. I mean, unless they blew him out the water 44-0, and like 4 touchdowns. I'm like, yeah, give this kid his due. This is why America slept on him, but that's not what happened. They won the game. And that's all that really matters. So, yes, he deserves to be a starter next week. And if they flop, give him a chance to play again. You gave Dylan 7 shots as far as games. Give him at least 4 or 5 before you think you can go back to that dude. You already know what you got with Dylan. Give him a shot. The season's over anyway. So, yeah.
I'm also, thinking at the end of the day, he was a highly drafted pick. He was a first rounder. So he came out of college very, 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 very good player. So he wasn't, coming in, not with a lot of high expectations. The guy came in there like a beast. But yeah, to your point, this team's going nowhere. They're not making the playoffs. Like, why not let him finish out the season, get his reps in, learn the system, learn these guys, skills, and like let him just build his career. Like at this point, I think it makes no sense for it to bench him over anybody. If this was a team that was on the bubble that could potentially get into the playoffs, all right, things are a little different. You got to be a little more, you got to watch it a little closer. I get it. I understand the game, but your team's going nowhere. Like, let this guy just finish the season out because this guy's going to be a franchise quarterback, for years to come. Let him get his time in.
Yeah. Well, you also do know the rumor that there were other teams that was interested in him. I mean, according to Cam, he said that, from reliable sources, more than what we got, but he says that the Eagles, as well as Baltimore, were interested in him. But Shedeur said, listen, I want to be respectful to you guys. if I come to your team, I know I'll be clipboard unless an emergency happens is when I'll touch the field. So I'm going to be respectful to you because you guys already have guys on the roster already. And if I have any opportunity, like the Cleveland decided to take him, he had a better chance to start versus being in the shadows hoping someone got hurt. Now, it just so happened Lamar did this season. But again, he's like, you know what? No thanks, but thank you. And I understood. And look what he's doing now. He has a legitimate chance to be the starter when he knows he would not have had a chance to be the starter in Philly. Or now he would have learned behind him. However, he wants to play. Every player does, and so I appreciate the fact of what happened because they shipped Joe Flacco out. And it's these two dudes.
Exactly.
You both have a shot to win.
They will never get rid of their coach.
What's he mean? What's Stefanski, maybe, I guess.
Okay. Maurice's
Absolutely
preach.
preach,
Pass the
yeah.
tray around. All right. We're sticking on the topic of fathers and that whole kit and caboodle. So we're switching sports for a second because I still want to take up the legacy of the father-son demographic, so to speak, dynamics. And we're talking about Bronny James. Bronny James, as you know, son of the so-called GOAT, LeBron James, was demoted to the G League. Unfortunately, he tried to start a couple of games, did not perform very well, was fortunately sent down. A lot of people have a lot of opinions on this. LeBron seems to be okay with it. I want to get your take on this. And what do you think is going to happen with Bronny and the whole LeBron saga part? Was this 9 or 10?
What, 7?
7.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
All right, no problem, Ray. Appreciate you. So, yes, flat out. Does he deserve to be in the league? The Lakers took him. Just like Cleveland took Shedeur. Is he a great player? If he was, he would be in the regular league and not the G. So the G, I don't even know what the G stands for with the league. What does G stand for? Yeah, not good. Yeah, the good. You're a good guy. We'll keep you around. So, and this is a league where we've got a lot of good guys. So, do I see it? If he had the talent to start, he would be, and he's in the league. It's called developmental, just like baseball. They've got the farm system, 1A, 2A, AAA, and then you finally make it to the big leagues. Basketball has 1, and that's it. And it's unfortunate that he's learning, but he's not ready for the spotlights yet. They tried. It didn't work. You got to put your time in. And it depends on how long they'll keep him also, too, versus ship him to another team as far as the G League. At least they have this as an opportunity, just like, Ray, years before, there was no G League. You just went around different countries and played elsewhere because you have loved basketball. And hopefully a team has a need and will call you from Lithuania, Barcelona, or wherever league you're in across seas because we didn't have one here. And so now at least there is a league that shows development for NBA players that the team will take on their roster, get him, see what he's got. He's not quite ready like we thought he is. Go here. At least you're still with our team, and we'll call you if we need you. So, yeah.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Here's my take. I feel like the bar was set just as high as Shedeur, and I think it shouldn't have been. Bronny was drafted in the first round, and let's face it, guys, you may not want to hear this. It was solely based on who his father was. You cannot tell me Bronny James was a top college prospect in the NBA. No, he wasn't. That's just
not
factual.
At all.
Sure, he's a super nice guy. I wish him nothing but the best. This isn't hate on the James family. This is just the way I perceive it. I think had he been, another guy's son, if this was, I don't know, think of somebody in the league, if this was anybody else's son, he would be, I don't know if he'd make it into the G League. I feel like
Bam Adebayo. How about that?
If this is Bam Adebayo's son, forget it. This isn't happening. If this is anybody on the bench of the Lakers' son, this isn't happening. So for me, it's like he got drafted in the first round, which I thought was kind of ridiculous. He got his chance. He got some serious playing time for 3 or 4 games. And like, you look at his numbers, he was like 2-1-2 in 30 minutes, dude. That's 2 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, 30 minutes. I mean, I haven't played ball in a while, but I think I could put up 2-1-2. I'm like, dude, I don't think.
Pass me the ball.
Yeah, let me get 1 shot. No one's going to guard me. I'll take my shot, and I can probably score 2. So I feel like it's just one of those things where he, like, unlike Shedor's got a lot of expectation because, he was drafted high, and he should have been drafted high. Bronny James was only drafted in the first round because of his father. You cannot tell me otherwise. I'm sorry. If that was Al Horford's son, Bob Horford, he would not be in the league right now. Shout out to Al Horford. There's no
Magic Johnson's son.
If this was Vince's Carter's son, Jason Carter, no, dude, you're not. So, and then, like I said, the proof is in the pudding, dude. You cannot tell me in 30 minutes you're playing 2 guard, you're dropping 2, 1, and 2. Those are your averages in 3 games. That to me is insane. So,
and just like sorry to cut you off. Just like it's because it was history. The first time father and son playing in an NBA game, professional NBA game together. And, he was on record saying, I will play him till at least my son gets to the league.
Yes.
Like that's on record how many times over. I remember when he had that scare, his health scare, whatever happened to him. And it was like, oh, wow, maybe he may not be able to play ever again. That one year he was at USC.
Yeah.
And
he's good. He's good.
Yeah. Health rebound. And then, of course, well, can he continue to play? And of course, the doctors cleared. Of course, mom, I just want him to be happy, whatever he wants to do. And LeBron's answer was like, I want him to go to the league. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's great what mom said, but I want him to play.
I want him to play on my team. Now, let me ask you this. Do you think the fact that LeBron signed his extension and it was kind of almost predicated on his son playing there, you think that was probably the most overriding factor of them signing him?
Absolutely. 1,000%. Because again, put it this way. Had Bronny gone to I don't
San
know,
Antonio,
Phoenix Suns, guess what may have happened? All of a sudden there's been a trade announcement and Bronny wants to play for the Phoenix Suns. Like, he wanted to play with his son, not against him, with him. And he got an opportunity for what, 3 games? Was it 3 or 4 games?
3 or
whatever
4
it was.
games.
And they were on the court together, and then the crowd, everyone erupted and like, all right, here we go. So of course, for him, I have the utmost respect, the fact that he was able to position himself and say, I would appreciate if you draft him, but if you don't, it is what it is, but he's going to go somewhere. Would he have been first round? Probably hell no. But had he, gone second or third round to the Timberwolves, LeBron would have asked for a trade, bro. Like, come on. And I get it. And I can't fathom. I know he must have had a super sense of being a proud father, like embracing his son, like we're playing together in the NBA. No one has ever done this. So I can imagine the joy that he felt as a father. I mean, I have a son as well. And, if we were able to do something, like my daughter works part-time with my company, Communities in Schools. She works at one of the elementary schools, but I'm at the high school. So, of course, everyone's like, she looks just like you, bro. She sounds like you. She is such a delight to have, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, thank you. You know what I mean? She's a part of me. And for LeBron, I would imagine that's probably what he felt. I would just probably go as far as to say, like, had he sat on the side of the court and came out the game and put his head down, would he have cried? I would have. Like, you know what I mean? And maybe they had a great embrace as a whole family, like this moment is never going to happen again for me. And I'm so grateful that we had the opportunity to be on the court together. Yeah, so I love it. Yeah, I love it. But yeah, had he gone to the Timberwolves, you know that.
Fernando says the Lakers should have never allowed LeBron to con them into drafting him. Dude,
yeah.
They kind of forced their hand, dude. They didn't want to lose LeBron because at the end of it all, he's a big draw. and he puts butts in seats. So to lose
Yeah.
him, is not good for business. And, you
Yes.
wanted him to retire as a Laker. You wanted him to get the scoring title as a Laker. You want to put his statue up as a Laker. I get it. I get it. Why did he go to the Knicks? Exactly. He would have gone to the Knicks if they didn't draft him.
Well, you know what, Ray? I don't know if you knew this also too. Again, sorry, brother, my enthusiasm, but Philly tried to pitch for LeBron.
They did.
Billboards here in Pennsylvania, complete the process. Trust the process. LeBron, complete the process. Billboards. But he took the interview. He did take the meeting with Philly. I think it was only Philly and the Lakers when he was on the market. And, you saw where he signed.
Yep, he sure did. And that was not something that I thought was not going to happen. It's kind of inevitable, but it is what it is. All right.
Yeah.
We're going back to the pigskin. And this is a topic I'm sure you're going to want to talk about. So I'm going to start about it. Giants fired the defensive coordinator, Shane Brown, after firing their coach. They said, wow, this defense is boo dookie. Let's get rid of the defensive coordinator. I'm going to start this off because I got a lot to say. I'm going to throw it to you. I don't know why they didn't do this as a package deal when they got rid of the coach. Why did they keep the defensive coordinator for an extra game to show how inept of a defensive coordinator he was? Was this a bright, shining light to say, hey, this is the reason why we're losing because the defensive coordinator is making wrong defensive schemes. He's messing up defensively. Dude, it's both sides of the ball you're screwing up. I think poor Mr. Brown was a scapegoat. I don't think he deserved that. I don't think he's the greatest defensive coordinator on the planet. However, if you were going to fire him, I find in baseball, I find in basketball, when you fire the coach, the whole team goes with you. They fire the defensive coordinator, coordinator, special teams, the whole spiel. I've never seen it done like KFC where it's piecemeal. I thought that was kind of weird. They're like, oh, we're going to fire you, but, defensive coordinator, we're going to keep you for an extra game, see how that goes. I don't understand it. I think it's a little weird. I think the Giants got exposed, but it wasn't because of him. So I don't know why he's taking this bullet. I feel bad, but it is what it is. Mac, this is your team. Let me hear what you got to say.
No problem, sir. Thank you very much. I will take the baton and hand off to me, the Giants aficionado. Absolutely. Okay. Now, first and foremost, we are the same record as we were last year at 12 games in a season, 2-10. So when we went, first of all, unfortunately, the broadcast cut when it went to overtime because the Eagles and Dallas game came on. So they cut the feed and we went to overtime. I'm like, we're going to lose. They had the momentum. And of course, what I saw the highlights. I'm like, yeah, we are great at starting, but we can't close them. And here's the problem. Abdul Carter is still a no-show in the NFL for the New York Giants. How come we cannot stop these teams? It's a bad look for him as the defensive coordinator. Your job is to help promote stops for the team to march down the field. And this is now the fourth game. We're ahead going into the fourth quarter and lose the game at the end. I don't know if it's prevent. I don't understand. What are you dialing up and calling? And here's the part that really got me mad with Kafka. Okay.
All right.
We're at the end, towards the end of the game. And I'm saying to myself, all right, we've got momentum. Jameis Winston, doing his thing on offense, great, coming down the field, and then he throws another crazy ball towards the end of the game. I'm like, Christ almighty, we're going to lose again. And then, of course, we're ahead. It's 27. Then they kick the field goal, 27-27. I'm like, here we go. So now we see what happened in overtime. We're 3 and out, and they marched down the field and scored a touchdown, ran down the field and scored a touchdown. And I'm just saying to myself, like, what are we doing wrong? Okay, so we got Kafka. He's the fill-in guy. All right. We'll probably stick with him because what else should you do? And then I don't understand why offensive coordinator, we can't close games. We can't close games. Like, what are we doing that we start off on fire Jameis Winston for the last 2 weeks throwing them? I mean, the one kind of trick play that they did, and he flies out and throws the what is it? Not even a Hail Mary. What is the flea
A
flicker?
free flicker.
Yeah, flea flicker, and then flies down the field, boom, 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 scores a touchdown. It's like all of that, and then touchdown. I'm like, bro, stop. The game ain't over. Why are you celebrating like that? How about we win the game? You do that. But yeah, man, it's the sign of the times, brother. And this is another example of how when you have a situation with a team, there's expectation. We're not doing well. The team wants, the blood's in the water. We have an expectation. We're trying to win. And I hope they get rid of our GM also too, Joe Schoen, because he's not helping either. It's just unfortunate, man. And this is kind of one of these deals where, was it several years ago? Was it the 49ers that did a complete no, the Washington Redskins.
I was say,
they did a complete fire sale. The owner, offensive, defensive coach, GM, everyone gone. And they started over, and here they were last year. The whole rebrand of the name, it's rare that you see that a team completely starts over. We're halfway starting over. We've got rid of now, obviously now our defensive coordinator, but whoever the new coach is, our OC's gone. He should know that. He should know at the end of the season he's not staying, because no coach is going to come in and want to hold on to someone when they know, well, you're the reason why they lost. Why would I hold on to you?
But let me ask you this: why is Shane Brown taking the bullet for this? Like why, out of everybody that you could blame for this loss, why are you blaming your defensive coordinator? That's my question to you.
Because the biggest reason why is this, Ray, and it's simple as this: the scoreboard at the end of the game. We're ahead fourth quarter for 3 straight weeks and can't close the game. Whether offense does or your job as defense to prevent the other team from scoring. No matter what the offense does for the last 3 weeks, whether we put up points or not, but we still lose because the other teams come from behind and are winning. And that is why this is an indictment on you as the defensive coordinator. I wish Abdul Carter shows up this season, but he hasn't. They picked him third, brother.
Wayne says at least they could score in the second half.
We're gonna talk about the Eagles.
You know what? I gotta applaud that. I like that comment. And Tom says, by the way, the G League is for Gatorade. Maybe Bronny brings Gatorade to the team. He hands out Gatorade.
I hope he better bring something. If he wants to get promoted.
Stay with the pigskin and the Rams. Number 1 seed right now, 34-7 over Tampa Bay. Baker unfortunately got hurt. He has an MRI. The results of that, do you know anything on that right now? Is he out for next week? I don't know. I don't. Rams look good. We've had this conversation for the last 2 or 3 weeks. I know you call Matt Stafford a mediocre quarterback, which still blows my mind. Needless to say, right now, the Rams look like they are Super Bowl bound. I don't know how you stop this team. Have you changed your tune? Are you still not riding the Stafford Express?
I am conceding. You were right. You were right. Matt Stafford looks like a genius. And I knew he was going to talk about your boy Matthew, even though he's not from your team. I'm like, I got to eat some crow. He's going to ask
How does it taste good?
Yeah.
Butter, a little salt.
I'm taking 2 slices, brother, because he looks amazing. Is he top 5? You betcha. I don't know what Jalen's trying to do, but yeah, your boy Stafford's top 5, man. I am conceding where, listen, I was wrong.
Dude, we're both. I've been wrong on a couple of occasions where I was like, wow, Max, I guess you're right. So, dude, I appreciate the acknowledgement of Matt Stafford, dude.
Absolutely.
Wayne, the Bucs are a football team. It doesn't matter. This whole thing where, you're playing a scrubby team and you won, you do. So what, dude? He still won, and he played like a beast.
It's called one of these.
It's a W. Oh my goodness, I don't understand this.
Or it's this.
Timmy Gonzalez is in the house. What's up, Timmy? What's going on, brother? Yeah, dude, give this guy his break. I hope Baker's okay. I think this will definitely affect Tampa Bay's shot of getting to the playoffs. If he's out for a long duration, it's a wrap. You lost your best receiver. You can't lose Shake and Bake. So, kudos to him. All right, we're going into the NFL again, and we're going with Kansas City. Kansas City had a overtime 23-20 win, a must-win.
Oh,
to keep their playoff hopes alive. They beat a very strong, Indiana Colts team. I'm gonna let you start with this one.
No problem, brother.
The questions I'm gonna ask you: is Kansas City still one of the last teams that have a shot to actually get into the playoffs? Because to me, the Bills and the Ravens, I think their timetable is over. I think the Chiefs still may have a shot. And how important was this win and the quality of the win?
Okay, so first things first, we talked about this last week. In the AFC, if you don't have at least 12, you're not getting in. You aren't even wild card. You might be kind of in the hunt with 12, but if you don't have at least 12, I mean, over in the NFC, yeah, you can get in. Like we said before, 9-8 will get you in. But over in the AFC, brother, if you're not winning games, consistent games, you're not getting in. So they know, and even my homeboy even said this. This is a must win. We can't lose anymore. And it went to OT, and Mahomes Magic, but their field goal kicker kicked it through the uprights. Listen, Xavier Worthy, we're not worthy. We're not worthy. That dude is balling. They need him.
He runs like a 4.2 or 4.3, I think.
4.2, the record in combine. Absolutely. 4.2 is the number one record. He actually
wow, man, look at you. They're applauding you, dude. Look at you. You knowing your stuff. Oh
I'm trying to tell you, brother.
Oh my God. I apologize. Go ahead.
That's all right. Listen, at the combine, when he ran the first time, I think he got 4.2 or 4.3, whatever it was. And then the second time he said, he texted his mom, said, "Mom, I'm trying to get the record." She said, "Go get that shite." And that's when 4.25 happened, and kudos to him. I was hoping he was going to get drafted because my concern is just because you're a speedster don't mean the team's going to take you, but he had the intangible. So I'm happy for Worthy, what he's doing. And it's 100%, bro. If they lose, they'll be on the bubble in the hunt. They have to win. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow we'll get them next time. There's no we'll get them next time. They have to win the rest, brother, to get in.
All right.
And it's showtime for them.
Yeah.
All right, brother. What are your thoughts?
I agree with you 100%. I feel like they have to win. It's a must win. They can't not be in it. You know what I mean? Like they cannot. I shouldn't say not be. They cannot lose again. I agree with you 100%. This was a must win against a very tough team. I think the Colts are a decent team.
Yeah.
And the AFC is hard. The AFC is like the West in basketball, dude. You can't be a scrubby team in the AFC right now and make the playoffs. You got to have at least, I'll be generous and say 11, but you're not going to get in with 9 or 10 at this time. I think you got to win at least 11. 12
at least. And that's
But
that's
yeah,
in the
dude,
hunt
it's
at
completely
11,
different.
too.
So I think, Kelsey's probably going to retire. I'm not saying it's guaranteed. And the team is still solid, but, we got to, see what happens. But this is your small window, dude. I think the windows are close for these other dynasty teams. For the last couple of years, it's always been Buffalo, the Ravens, and the Chiefs. Every year, those three teams. Slowly, it's changing.
Yeah.
Definitely not Baltimore. Definitely not Buffalo. So Kansas City is like your last hope. And we're going to see, dude. I don't know if they're going to win out the rest of the season, but we shall see. Because they have a big, tough road coming up, especially.
Yes, they do.
Because they're playing them boys. That's right. We're going to talk about something I want to talk about now. Dallas Cowboys.
Hit the applause button, brother. Hit the applause.
Let me get the applause. Should I applaud myself? Let me go. Let me applaud. Let's applaud them right now. You know what? I'm going to applaud them twice. Thank you very much. Dallas Cowboys came from behind 21-0 to defeat the Eagles 24-21.
Oh, my
Brandon
God.
Aubrey kicked one that could have gone 80 yards, and they won the game. I will start this off by saying, first of all.
No. I'll start this one, sir.
Oh, you want to start it? All right. Go ahead.
All right. Now, I'm going to get this off my chest early on. This is the first time in a long time. Sorry to cut you off, like I said before. This has been the first time in a long time that I ever was completely stunned. Halftime, I'm like, oh, it's over. I go upstairs, check on my father-in-law, walk into the TV, 256, 21-21. I'm like, what happened? And he was like, I don't know. He's looking at the screen. He goes, you see? And I'm like, wow. You mean tell me Philly can't score no daggone points? He said, Choke City's back. And I said, yeah. Now, of course, I've got a friend who's like, well, even a dog can get a bone every now and then. I'm like, stop. Respect the fact that this team turned it around. And then, of course, okay, now here's the best part, right? Here's the best part. So, Nick Sirianni with 14 seconds, decides to call a timeout. And then, of course, stops the clock. And what happens? Your boy trots out onto the field and then kicks a field goal to win again. Why would you not try and ice the kicker? If you got one timeout, why would you not wait until right before 3-2 timeout, try and ice him, and then line him up again? What does he do? He calls a timeout with like 14 seconds up. I'm like, why would you do that? What was the point of stop? He didn't even come on to the field yet. So you're going to call timeout to talk about what? Yeah, fellas, it's probably over. Just let them go ahead and do what they're going to do. Like, why would you not try and ice the kicker with one timeout? So, of course, after he calls his timeout, they head up. Your boy trots out into the field. 3-2-1, boom, through the uprights. Game's over. Choke City. Listen, all day in PA here, the sports talk was, why did he not try and ice the kicker? And I don't know either. The ball is yours, my friend. Go get him.
All right. I'm going to say this right now. Okay. I'm a diehard Dallas Cowboy fan, as you can see.
Absolutely.
I rep the star to the heart. I rep it to the core. I thought this game was over. I was like, wow, we're just going to get smoked out at home. This is embarrassing. I don't know what special drink these Cowboys had at the second half, but a different team came out. I don't know what happened. I don't know what the game plan was with Philadelphia, why they stopped throwing and tried to run. I think that, the defensive guys on the Cowboys stepped up. Overshawn stepped up. Clark stepped up. Their new guy from the Jets, I can't think of his name now. I'm having a mental lapse now, but their new defensive tackle from the Jets played like a beast. Dude, they just showed up, dude. And I think the biggest difference was he kept trying to force it to Lamb, and Lamb was getting crushed. Balls. And then when he was open, dropping balls. Then he wasn't dropping balls. He was getting crushed, covered like white on rice. They started throwing to Pickens. And George Pickens is about to get paid.
Yes, he is.
Paid. Enjoy your money, Mr. George Pickens. He's going to sign a massive re-sign deal. I know Jerry Jones is in the works about signing. They're talking like 3 years, $60 million, dude. This guy's going to earn every penny of it. Kudos to him. I am not a hater. I respect him. Brandon Aubrey, automatic. Dude,
yes.
Keep him. Please re-sign him.
Please.
If you have any brains, Jerry, I know you watched the show. You told us, they said on the radio show, he's a big fan of Ray Sports and Slams, Mac and Ray doing their thing. So he's a big fan of the show. Said he's going to re-sign Brandon Aubrey. Dude, you have to.
He better.
Let's see what Wayne has to say. Mario Patullo. 14 flags. Land had his hand into John's face, and Johns gets the PI. Yes, he did, and I don't know what you're talking about. The Eagles were disappointing. Yes, disappointing, and they just got outclassed by.
It was. I couldn't believe. Like I said, I turned it off. I'm like, this game's over. Like, and then I go upstairs this fourth quarter. My father out. I'm like, what happened? He was like, I'm watching them. He said, I'm watching Philly turn back into what they were, which is Choke City. And I'm
dude, that was some choking. All right, I'm going to ask you this now. What effect will it have on both teams, from the psyche of the Eagles and the Cowboys? Will this be a plus to either one of them? Will it make a difference to either one of those teams? Give me your thoughts on that.
I think 100%. The Eagles have now had this conversation. Now they got 3 losses. So now we'll hear all the stories of their wide receiver. Oh, this is why we lost the games. I'm like, were you even open, bro? I mean, Devontae was. Were you? You know what I mean? Like the whole like I don't understand how a team last week before the game You know, 8 wins,
Mm-hmm.
2 losses, and the wide receivers complaining because he didn't get the ball. Like, what? Aren't we supposed to win games? That's the bottom line. So now they lost. Okay, let's go interview him now. Were you open? Were you making plays? Oh, well, he couldn't get me the ball. There will always be an excuse of why, but the bottom line is you have to win games. For the Cowboys, this is one of these, like, remember the movie I Can Fly, where at halftime Michael Jordan and they gave the Looney Tune characters this water that they thought was Mike's ability to play, and they went out and won the basketball game. This kind of reminds me of that moment of, like, whatever he said to him in the locker room, like Al Pacino, either we heal as a team or we're going to crumble bit by piece, play by play until we're finished. We're in hell, gentlemen. Or we can either go out here and get the mess kicked out of us, or we can fight our way back into the light. We can climb out of hell 1 inch at a time. And it must have been some kind of rah-rah speech, because everyone in that locker room walked into halftime with their head down like, we are trash. And whatever he said, we just need one play at a time, gentlemen. And that's what happened. And when they scored a touchdown, he came back, defense stepped up, regardless of no Micah Parsons, and they turned it around. And then 14-21, now 21-21, and your boy Dak like this, talking about his grandparents, like bigging up, thanking them in the sky. And they won the game, man. They had the momentum. Momentum, as you know, with any sport, is a definite deterrent of another team. If they've got it and you don't, you start to wane on it. And that's what happened, brother. They wanted it more.
Do you think that the death of their defensive player is weighing on the team? Because it seems like the team plays with a lot more heart, a lot more grit. I don't know if that weighs into it at all, but I know that they're all wearing his shirt. They're wearing his number.
Yeah. Inspiration does happen. That's like when Jerome Brown, when he passed away, when, bringing home for Jerome was the whole campaign that year with the Eagles. Unfortunately, he did not. But, yeah, you're right, man. Tragedy. You're right. It either elevates or destroys, kudos to them. Hopefully they can keep that momentum. That is not how you try and win games, period, overall. Yeah. But they did enough to win the game. That is not – you cannot rely on Daughtry. What's the guy's last name?
Aubrey? The kicker?
Aubrey. I thought it was Daughtry. All right. Yeah. You cannot hope that's going to sustain you for 5 more games. Like, that's not how you do it, man. So, but I do think
that lead.
Yeah, they're playing inspired ball. And kudos to them. And just like you said, thank you for being honest. I thought it was over too. Yeah, you're right, Ray. You're like, bro, turn it off. I'm going to bed. Like,
I was like, I can't watch this torture. Roman says, as a Bears fan, I was rooting for the Cowboys. I got your back, Ray. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. And I'm going to shoot you an applause. I appreciate you very much.
Yeah, he told me. He was like, listen, I need the Cowboys to win. I said, okay, brother, okay.
Don't feel bad, Mac. No, they're starting. Oh my gosh. Whatever. At the end of the day, I feel like the Eagles had a game plan, and I don't know why they didn't stick with it. They started trying to just run. I'm like, dude, you were winning. AJ Brown was getting open. I don't know. I don't know whose fault that was. I don't know who told the punt return guy to try to take that kick, and he's on the ground. He got whacked. I don't know what you're doing, dude. Why aren't you fair catching it, dude? What are you doing? Like, dude, like, I'm not a professional football player, but I follow the game just like my partner in crime here, Mr. Garvin does.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Like, like the kick is that close to you, dude. Wave your hand, give up, take this at the 10 and call it a day, rather than take it on a stretcher.
That's 101. That's Pop Warner, bro. 101.
101, dude. When a kick is close inside the 10, dude, and you know you have nowhere to go, dude, take the, wow, dude.
Yeah. It's not like he was on the bubble. He's going to make the team or they're going to cut him next week. He's on the roster. This isn't preseason. That's what you try and do that in preseason, to try and make the team. You're on the roster, bro. What are you doing?
Yeah, dude, it's crazy, dude.
Oh,
He's saying Patullo's got to go.
Yeah.
Could be, dude. He could be on the hot seat. He could be like the Giants, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. All right, we're going to switch gears, and we're finally going to go to the NBA. And I don't know if you're familiar with this, but there was a big altercation between Klay Thompson and John Morant. They won 102-96, and after the game, John Morant was spouting up at the mouth about something about Klay Thompson, that he stinks, and this, that, and the other thing. Here's my take. John Morant hasn't been playing for several games because his calf or his leg or his leg hurts or something. I don't know. But bottom line, he's been not playing. And for him to talk smack in a game you didn't participate in, I don't understand it. Ja's had issues since he's been in the league, issues with gun stuff, issues with just talking smack. He almost got into an altercation with a fan. Like, what is this guy doing? Like, dude, like, all right, dude, it's one thing if we're both playing against each other and I drop 35 on you and I'm scoring on you left and right. At the end of the day, I want to talk a little smack. All right, it's not cool, but all right. How am I going to talk smack? I'm not even in the game. I'm on the bench. I didn't contribute to your win at all, but I'm still talking smack. Ja's been on the bubble about, potentially being traded. I don't know what's going to happen with this dude. This guy, from my perspective, is turning into, unfortunately, a cancer. I don't know what's going to happen with this guy, but give me your take on this whole thing and John Morant as a person, and what do you think is going to happen with this whole thing?
All right, brother. So we talked about another guy who's got the same problem last week, who happens to play for Golden State Warriors. The same mentality of like, you're right. He's had altercations with a fan. He's got questionable characters that he hangs out with. He's trying to hang out with his homies who, trying to all the hanger-oners. It never ends well, where you've got some schmo who's in your camp or whatever, or your posse, and causing problems, and you're the biggest name out of the pile, so they're going to dog you for it. And, and he's in the whole situation with the gun situation and throwing up signs that he was doing the one time, wearing the gun. I'm like, but you got to mature and grow up. Like, and if this is an angle for him to try and get cut from the team, but I mean, it's unfortunate because John Morant, he got suspended. I think it was what like good 2 weeks or something, whatever it was. It was
like 2 or 3 weeks. It was
wow. And then of course he had to go through therapy or whatever, and whatever classes or whatever it was. And are you remorseful? And Silverman's like, had a one-on-one with him, like, like we can easily take your career from you kind of mentality. And he supposedly was contrite and showed like, he learned from this experience. And unfortunately, when he got reinstated, I think it was like 2 weeks later, he did something else again. I'm like, dude, if they cut him, I would not be surprised if the commissioner says, obviously that was all smoke that you said to me, because it was like 2 weeks later after he got reinstated, he did something else dumb again.
Definitely dumb.
Like, come on, man.
This dude, if you signed this big contract, this guy's making millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah.
You're a father, I'm a father. Do you think somebody would step in and say, son, you're going to lose it all? Endorsements, everything. Like, why does he have a friend or a father figure? He
does. His dad has been in his life. Like, it's not like he's got, like LeBron, I don't even know if we've ever recognized who his dad is at this point career-wise, but he grew up without him. Half the NBA and even NFL players also too, man. Unfortunately, fathers are not involved as much as they should be. But John, I can see if it was just him and his mom, but his dad has grown up. He was his trainer. He developed him. He put him in position. I could see if he did not have a relationship with his dad, but he does. But I'm pretty sure his dad was like, have you had enough hanging out with these knuckleheads? How many times I got to tell you? Like, but it's unfortunate. I think the problem that the team is facing is if we let him go, we've got nobody. But they haven't built around him either. And that's the problem with these players, man. It's not one guy that makes a team. And if you don't develop and build talent around them, you're not going to win. They've never won as a franchise, really. And that's the problem if they let him go. And that's why they're willing to deal with him. Because if he goes, ticket sales are going in the toilet. No one is coming to see their team. So I think that's some of the problem, too.
Yeah. And then a lot of teams probably don't want that headache. Like, why am I get this guy on there on my team? He's going to cause more problems than good. Do I really need to have this guy represent the brand? I don't know, dude. Like, I feel like Josh he's got to grow up, dude. He's not 18. And like, you're praying in the prime of your career, and
he's
you just
prime, bro.
Yeah, he's a prime. I think he's like 24, 25-ish, if I'm not mistaken.
At the most 25.
What are you doing? Like, dude, what are you doing, dude? I feel bad because I think he's an extremely talented player.
Oh, he is.
I just don't know why he just has to do these knuckleheaded things. I just don't get why he's got to take these routes. And like, dude, like, you won the game. High five your teammates. Thanks, guys. You guys held it down while I'm hurt. I appreciate you. He's got to mess with Klay Thompson, dude. Like, why? Because he's with the female rapper. I can't think of her name. Not Cardi B. Megan Thee Stallion. Because he's with her and you're not. Is that bothering you? Like, dude, like, is that the problem? Like, because he's with somebody famous? Like, I don't get it. I don't understand. Like, dude, just like, oh my God. And again, not to, be redundant, dude, you were not in the game. So it's not even like you were playing and dropped 50 and said, look what I did. Like, dude, you're sitting there like a fan like me. Like,
eating popcorn. Like,
eating popcorn with butter, with salt and butter. Salt and butter? Yeah. I don't get it, dude. I don't get it.
Bring me a Gatorade. Oh, no. I have a sponsorship with Powerade. I can't take Gatorade. Like, you know what I mean? Like, dude, like, what? Who cares first of all, who cares what you think? First of all, if you were playing, it would be a reason to talk. But why make a comment? Because you're right, it does no one any good. And that's called PR also, too. I mean, I guess bad press is good press or whatever you want to call it. Draw attention to the team because they're not doing nothing. Well, he knows they ain't doing nothing without him. Yeah, and maybe that could be, Ray, maybe that could be the problem. He knows without me, no one's coming to the game.
Yeah, that's facts.
Ticket sales are not happening. Before I got here, you were bottom feeders. While I've been here, the stadiums, they're coming to see me. And he knows that. And I think that's that entitlement. That's why maybe he thinks he can do whatever he want to do. But Adam Silverman suspended him. Not the team. Now, the team did, I think they did fined him a couple dollars, but Silverman is the one who suspended him, saying like, no, you need to learn a lesson. Because that was the second, I think when Silverman suspended him, that was the second time there was an incident.
Second time.
Yeah. And that's why he imposed longer suspension to him. And then I do believe they tried to appeal the games and then lost. And I think, I think they appealed and then it got reduced by like 2 or 3. And Silverman had to talk with him, the whole 9 yards, reinstate him. And then like 2 weeks later, he did it again. And I'm like, man, this dude, like, I can't. Like, I got turned off after that. Prima donna.
All right. We're going to end our NBA discussion with, of course, the Lakers and Ozempa Luka. Lakers on a roll. They've won 8 of 9. Luka's averaging 30. LeBron is actually being like almost like a third wheel because it's him and Reeves basically running the show. Mm-hmm. I want to know how long this will last. How long will LeBron be okay with being? Honestly, he's the third option right now. As long as they're winning, I don't know how this is going to work. I will give you my opinion, and I want to definitely hear yours.
Gotcha.
They look good. I have to admit, dude, they look good. Ozempa Luka looks like a beast. Team looks steady. LeBron is playing his role. I'm very surprised that he's taken to it so well. I'm hoping and praying to God that he doesn't turn into Diva LeBron and demand the ball and demand to be the number one option again. We shall see. But so far, since he's been back in the 2 games he's been back, he's kind of taken a step back. So I want to know from you 2 questions. A, how you think they're looking? And B, how long will this marriage last with LeBron playing third option?
All right. Now, last week, we had the conversation. He goes, what do you think is going to happen when he comes back? When I saw the first game he's back, I took a shot at the TV. I was going to send it to you, but I didn't. And then my answer, what I was going to say to you is just like I thought in my conversation that we had. He sees the chemistry. How can I plug myself in to be a part versus it's my show, my way or the highway? He took the approach. saw that they were gelling, probably talked to Luka. Hey man, listen, I see what's going on. I see the flow of the game right now. And we all know he's cerebral. He knows the game. He absolutely understands the game, and maybe some self-reflection and said, let me just plug in and be a part versus trying to take over and mess up, and then we lose. The bottom line is we need to win games. I am happy that he chose this route. Is it sustainable? Part two, as far as your question, I hope so, man. I just don't see it for 60 more games, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's going to get tired of being. But, however, if he realizes my time is drawing nigh, father time is calling, I can be hyperbaric chamber all I want to be, but at some point, you're now injury prone for a reason. And I'm hoping he realizes, all right, I need to be a part of the team. I'm not the star of the team. I can be this role. And you're right, 2 games. We'll talk later in the season.
Yes, obviously we will
you know
keep
what
talking.
I mean? Like if it's, I think if this stays the way it is for like 10, 15 more, and they're still winning, I think he will settle into this. But if they start losing, and then he says to himself, "I got to take over again. You're not ready," then we're gonna get.
But with the fact that he's not even the second option right now, I see it's a Luka Austin Reeves show basically, and LeBron is literally a third option. Yeah. My concern is he's gonna at least want that second option. Like if Lucas gets doubled, he's gonna be, yo, throw it to me. Why are you throwing it to Austin Reeves? Reeves is averaging 23, 24 a game right now. So it's like I don't know how this is gonna work. Reeves, from my perspective, dude, he is a very underrated, very talented player, and he's going to get some big bucks too when he resigns. So, I don't know, dude. Wayne says Luka is a beast. I agree
absolutely.
With you. He's a man, dude.
Kudos, absolutely, man. You're right, Ray. This is going to be one of those. We gotta wait and see, bro.
Gotta wait and see.
10, 15. I think, like I said before, if it's another 10 to 15, and Reeves is still balling the way he is, happened in 2024, and LeBron's probably looking in the mirror like, but hopefully Luka, if he sees that they start to double him more and LeBron's open, will he throw him the rock will be the question, or try and take the shot. And then that'll be the key to LeBron, like, what are we doing? Exactly. I'm right under the rim, bro. Like you dropped 3 2 plays before and it didn't go in. I'm in the hole. Give me the rock. And if it doesn't, that's going to be the controversial start.
Preach. All right. We're at the final buzzer. This is where you can ask myself or Mr. Garvin anything you want about anything. We're going to wrap this up, but get your comments in. Timmy Gonzalez says Luka is the second best player behind King Kobe Bryant. You know what? You get an applause for that right now.
I don't know about that, bro.
I agree. I think that is the truest statement I've heard. And Eric Malone says,
all right.
AI had people who loved and cared for him and stepping on him like John Thompson. Yeah, Allen Iverson definitely had somebody help him. And talking about John Moran, I'm assuming, right? Yeah. He doesn't have someone. He says, I remember being shocked at what was going on. If an elder statement like AI speaks with Morant, perhaps his words could get through to him.
You know what, Yo E, you know what? I respect your words, because I don't think that's what I don't think he has that right now. No one telling him like, bro, and AI would be the great guy too, because he's respected across the league still, even though he's not playing.
He's still respected by far.
Oh yeah. If AI talked with him, I think he would listen versus someone else. Like, listen, man, don't be a situation like me in Philly. I was at odds with my coach until I bought into what my coach was telling me is when we went to the play and went to the championship. I mean, they lost, mind you, against the Lakers, but I think him having a conversation, but it's not AI's job to do it, but I think it would be great for him to have a conversation. I see so much of you in me. You can be great, but you got to realize, I think that'd be great.
I hear you. All right. Wayne wants to ask you a question. When the Eagles go to the Super Bowl, can I sing my favorite saying?
What did I say?
What did you finish it, Mac?
Oh, hold on. So when the Eagles go to Super Bowl and I say my favorite saying, what did you I have no idea what he's talking about right now. I'm frozen right now. What did you I don't know. I don't know.
I
I
don't
have
know.
no idea
All
what he's
right.
talking about now.
Fernando says, if the Lakers don't win the championship this year, would you consider trading LeBron to build better around Luka? Absolutely.
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 Why not?
Absolutely. Oh, Wayne says, learn.
What did you learn? Yes. What did you learn?
God. Oh, my goodness. He's coming at you tonight.
I know.
Jimmy Gonzalez, who are your top 5 NBA power rankings this week? All right. If we're going East-West combined, or we're just doing West, I'll be fair and do both. Right now, if I had to do my power rankings, OKC by far is number 1.
Still, hands down.
Hands down. It's not even close. I'm going to say, I'm going to give a slight edge to Cleveland is 2. And then Lakers are definitely, Lakers are 3. Then I'm going to say Houston, that's 4. And then San Antonio would be 5. If we're combining both, if you're saying East and West.
Are you still believing in the unicorn, bro?
Oh, my God.
Oh my gosh, Ray, bro! Like, come
So
on.
give me your 5 then. Go ahead. He's saying East and West.
Wembanyama is one.
But dude, the
All
record
right,
speaks for itself.
Okay, all right. But listen. This dude is the flavor of the month right now, man. Like he's 7'2". He doesn't even look cool slamming the ball. Like, bro, you're so daggone tall. Like he looks like a tall, slinky mess, bro. Like he okay. He can shoot jumpers. He can shoot the threes. Okay, great. OKC flat out number 1. Cleveland, no. I'm gonna go Lakers 2. I'll give Cleveland the 3rd slot. San Antonio does have a record. They do.
Yeah, dude, you got the record speaks for itself.
You're right. Okay, the record speaks for itself, but it's just that he's one play from being hurt and gone for half the season. I hope he does not have the situation that Philly is dealing with right now. Right. Like, he
says I would switch your last 2. So you would who would give me your last 2? Because right now we're both agreeing on OKC. We're saying, you're not saying Cleveland's 2. No,
I'm gonna go Lakers 2, Cleve 3. I am not buying in with.
Are you giving Houston any love? Because Kevin Durant?
Kevin, you're right. Durant, he's playing well. I'm going to give him 4 with Houston. Oh, gosh, bro. There's so many teams.
You want to give the Knicks some love? Go ahead.
All right. I'm going to go. Right. I am not sold on Wembanyama, bro. I'm not sold on
you. All right, I'm gonna do this one more time. Because I'm going to say OKC, you're right. Lakers definitely 2. Cleveland's 3. I'm going to keep the wife happy and say the Knicks are 4. That's not true, but I'll say it. And I'll say Houston's 5. All right, to end this, Chris says, go Hawks. You know what? Ice Tray should leave.
Yeah, he should. And see, he's another guy. Just like Ja Morant. However, I will give him credit. Trouble. He is not. They don't give him he's no problems at all. And if they don't build, I don't know why he signed a 2nd contract with him. Like, what, bro? The Hawks are doing 0.
J-Bone said the Lakers. Seriously, yeah. Why not the Lakers too? Yeah. Right now, why would the Lakers have one of the best records in the league? I don't get. Dude. As much as I love the team, I still got to respect the record. I'm never going to say they're better than OKC because that would make our show full of you know what. So yeah, it is what it is. All right, last question before we wrap this up. Ray Charles or Stevie Wonder? Woo! Wow. First of all, let me applaud that question. Take that one, dude. That's tough.
Okay, I gotta go Stevie. I got Stevie Wonder. Sing Songs in the Key of Light. That whole album, he had like at least four number 1 hits on that album. Ray, as great as he was, never had as many hits that Stevie. And however, Stevie brought in the generation of music talent that he brought, and he kind of passed the torch from Ray. So I got to go Stevie.
Key of Life, one of my favorite albums. I agree with you. Huge Stevie Wonder fan.
Much more successful.
I'm trying to do an unbiased opinion here because I love Stevie that much. I do respect Ray Charles and I respect his greatness, but if you're pushing me to the fire, you know, I have to say Stevie. I have to.
Yeah.
Chris says I just had to stop by, say hi. I'm not a bandwagon, so go Hawks. Hey, dude, like who you like, dude. I love Ice Trae. I wish he was on the Lakers.
Yeah.
Eric, though, do we have a Stevie without Ray?
Ooh. Ouch.
Oh,
Okay,
man.
Eric.
Eric, you know what? I gotta applaud that one.
Yeah, because you're right. Maybe for Stevie, Ray was his inspiration because he's blind also. They both played harmonica. I mean, Stevie came in as they dubbed him Little Stevie. I don't know if they ever called him Little Ray, but he started playing with his harmonica. That is something Ray did not necessarily do.
He didn't.
But the fact that him being a blind music artist, that could have been Stevie's inspiration to, yeah, you know what, Eric? Bro, you know what? Yeah.
All right, I give you that, dude. I'm going to give you that one. All right, dude. Well, that is a wrap. I want to thank everybody again for watching another episode of Ray Sports and Slams with my permanent co-host, Mack Garvin Jr. Before I let you go, I want to wish you and your family a very, very happy Thanksgiving.
Yes, you as well.
And I'm going to let you say goodbye to everybody and show them where they can find you on all the social media outlets.
I appreciate all the love and attention. I want to just remind everyone, just like I've been putting this word out, please like and subscribe our show to Boink Studios is where we grow. We are trying to get to 1,000 subscribers before we hit a milestone as far as episodes. We want this to be a part of a lexicon for you guys, so keep chiming in. Wayne, thank you for chiming in. My guy, Ray, you know how much I appreciate you. I just want to give another shout out to one of my new listeners, my guy, soon-to-be son-in-law, Roman Best. I saw him chime in tonight. I appreciate you, brother, for chiming in. And Ray, super extended love for your family as well for Thanksgiving as well, brother.
Likewise. All right, dude, listen, I appreciate you. Much love. We will have these debates next week. Hopefully you will be here. Knock wood, travel's permitted.
Yes.
But yes, dude, thank you again. Applaud this man, my partner in crime, Mack Garvin, brother. All right, dude, there's another episode of Ray Sports and Slams. Thank you again for following us. Please, again, like my partner says, like, share, subscribe. BoinkStudios.com, Facebook, Instagram, all social media threads. Love you guys. I will see you next week. Everybody have a happy Thanksgiving. Be safe. And I am out of here.